Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get started. Happy Friday. Today's Friday, right? Yes. And good morning. Thank you all for joining us for this Visa Signature Partnership update, refresher, new information, whatever that may be. Normally, we do this at an end of the year luncheon. But as we all know, normal things are not normal anymore. And so we're not doing this halfway through the year and as an opportunity to re-engage, answer any questions, provide some updates, and also let you meet some of the new players on this. So I just a couple of housekeeping things. Obviously, this is a webinar. You all know how to do this, but just in case you haven't done a webinar in the last year and a half, you guys, you can see us, we can't see you. Questions you can ask questions either in the Q&A to type it in. You can put it in the chat function. You can raise your hand and we can call on you. And there's also going to be a Q&A section at the very end. I'm going to do most of the talking. I'm also hosting and can see it. So if I don't get to it right away, that's okay. That's why we've created that section in the very end to ask it, but we'll absolutely try. But do chime in and do ask your questions. We want this to be a conversation. We want this to be back and forth, and we want to make sure you're getting the most out of it as possible. So I'm going to go ahead and go into the agenda really quickly. We're going to make introductions. I'll actually officially introduce who I am. We'll go through the major components of the Visa Signature Program, updates for this year, all the participation requirements, which aren't a lot, next steps, and then again, the question and answer section. So I will go ahead and introduce Mike Haney. You all know him, but I'll let him introduce himself.
Great. Thanks so much, Leah, and good morning, everyone. As Leah said, my name is Mike Haney. I'm the Executive Director of Sonoma County Vintners and Sonoma County Vintners Foundation. And I'm very happy to be here this morning to talk about our amazing and frankly, long-standing great partnership with Visa and, of course, the Visa Signature Program. You know, Visa has been a dedicated and committed long-term partner for Sonoma County Vintners and for Sonoma County for many, many years. Their active and engaging support has not only elevated many Sonoma County Vintners programs as events like Taste of Sonoma, but also contributed to bringing awareness of Sonoma County wines to consumers across the globe, even not just nationally. And of course, Visa has been an amazing and dedicated partner to Sonoma County Vintners and Sonoma County during these past challenging years when we've all dealt with fires and in pandemics. And their commitment to our wines and wineries, I feel, has really never been stronger. So we're so grateful for that support here, and not only at Sonoma County Vintners, but of course throughout our county. We're also very thankful for Visa's amazing support for our wine community and for the fantastic Visa Signature Program, which again really focuses on bringing consumers into our wineries and of course in promoting our wines and assisting us in selling our great Sonoma County wines. So thank you all for being here again, and thank you to Visa for all your fantastic support. And so Leah?
Thank you so much, Mike. I'm going to go ahead and introduce Kendra Larkin with 160/90, who is the agency for that works on the Visa Signature Program.
Hi, everyone. Lovely to virtually meet everyone and be here. As Leah mentioned, I work with 160/90 managing our culinary division, as well as some other properties that we're not going to get into because we're here to talk about wine today. So we'll focus on the good stuff on this Friday. So 160/90 represents Visa on this call, so we are happy to be here. So I will pass it over to Veronica, who works with me as well and runs a lot of our day-to-day programming on the culinary side and wine side. So Veronica, take it away.
Hi, everyone. My name is Veronica Santos, and I'm an account executive here at 160/90. I support Kendra here in managing the Visa Signature Food and Wine property. So, of course, that includes the Visa's SCV sponsorship. So we both have the pleasure of working with Leia here on somewhat of a daily basis, actually. And, you know, I'm proud to say that one of my latest endeavors is visiting as many SCV wineries as I can. I am in the Bay Area, so I do hope to meet some of you, if not most of you, who are all on this call one day. It's become quite the hobby. And I'm sorry, Leia, I didn't want to take over your introduction, but you know, I'd love to talk about how we work with Visa. I don't know if you wanted to go through with your intro first before I take
No, go ahead.
I take the stage.
Please
Okay.
take the stage.
Okay, awesome. So I'm sure, you know, some of you are all wondering where Kendra and I fit in all of this and how we work with Visa, how we work with SCV. Essentially, we are the middle woman between Visa and SCV. We are, you know, front and center when a Visa client or a co-brand, meaning when the banks, the Hyatts, the Marriotts of the world reaches out to Visa for a dining event. Kendra and I essentially lead the charge alongside Visa to make those events happen for the clients. So, you know, as soon as, let's say, a Hyatt, they're always like my favorite example. I don't know why. Says that they want to do a sit down dining event with wine pairings. You know, we bring that opportunity to Leia, to SCV, and, you know, we provide her with some guidelines. Like, Hyatt really wants to focus on all sparkling wine, or wants to feature women winemakers, etc. So we do the thing from the back end, we secure the budgets, we plan the programming, and from there, SCV essentially helps us find the wineries for these client events. And again, we stay the middle woman, and we, along the way, just manage the events and just make it happen. That's the gist of it. It sounds easy. It's a little bit more complicated, but that's the gist of it.
I would say that's a portion of it.
That's a portion of it,
That's
yes.
the winery facing stuff. We
Mhm.
do obviously a lot of stuff from the back end. They are also 160/90 is also really central in working with like legal teams and the marketing teams at Visa to get the approvals and make sure the branding looks beautiful, and we're all being represented in the right way, and the winery included. So we've had a lot of great fun working together thus far. I guess I'll introduce myself. I'm Leia Malfatti, sponsorship director and strategic partnerships. So I actually work on our other programs here at Sonoma County Vintners, Taste of Sonoma, Barrel Auction, Wine Auction, Scion, and other things I can't remember, but also with the Visa program. And before Jesslyn left, her and I were actually, I'd actually started working on it since 2018, since I came on board. She was more the winery facing person. I dealt more with the Taste of Sonoma event activations and some other things. And then now I am the lead for the program. So I've had the pleasure of working with Veronica and Kendra these last couple months, and then the 160 team before that. I also just want to echo Mike's sentiment about how crucial this has been as a longstanding partnership with Sonoma County wineries and elevating our region, your brand, actually bringing your wines, direct sales to clients that you may not be able to get a hold of. And I think it's just been an amazing partnership and really great for Sonoma County as a winemaking region. So with that, I am going to go right into the Visa signature component, unless Veronica, Kendra, you had anything else to add. I didn't mean to interrupt you on that, but you're good. Okay. So Visa signature components of the program, the tasting room benefit. This is what we affectionately call the evergreen offer. This is the most public and branded component of this campaign. If you don't know, you should know, but anybody with a Visa signature card or Visa Infinite card has access to this program. And it's the 2-for-1 savings for standard tastings at participating wineries, and that's obviously where you would come in. Again, this is applicable to Visa Signature and Visa Infinite cardholders. This promotion is featured on our website, sonomawine.com/visa, which is actually the most viewed page on our site for several years now. Actually, 2020, we got surpassed by our SIP page, which was all of the discounts and stuff you guys were offering during shelter in place, but close second in 2020, and every other year before that. And I would guess moving forward, it will still be the most visited site or visited page on sonomawine.com. It's also promoted on visa.com to Visa clients, to Visa card holders year round, and client sell-in. So it is a very visible program. It's meant to give access to folks that wouldn't otherwise have, and it's fantastic. So as a winery, this is kind of the most important component for you to be involved with. You also have an option to provide preferred pricing for non-wine purchases, savings on wine purchases on the same day, and then savings on reserve tasting for food and wine pairings. And I would say the average participant average winery offers about a 10% discount off of wine and merchandise there. Any questions on that component? The winemaker events, I know these are a big deal. We obviously haven't been able to do in-person events for a while, but these are incredible. So dinners are hosted by, as Veronica was saying, card issuers clients, the Hyatts, the United Mileage Plus, Navy Federal, and there's a few more, and you can chime in if you want to, but they are ongoing. It does change every year depending on who the Visa, the partnerships at Visa, but it does obviously open up new corporate groups to Sonoma County. So that's hugely important. And then we host these events at major direct-to-consumer markets, including DC, LA, New York City, Houston, Denver, San Francisco, Chicago, Atlanta, and others. They average about 60 to 100 cardholder attendees, and they are usually in James Beard or Michelin starred or very renowned restaurants, coveted restaurants in those areas. So your wine obviously will be featured at, with the right brand. We did before shelter in place, and the last time I saw Kendra was in Philly in the fall of 2019, which was at the Museum of Modern Art, essentially the Rocky Steps, if you may. And so that wasn't a renowned restaurant per se, but it was incredible from a venue perspective. So I think, before shelter in place, we had been starting to look at more creative, more out of the box venues like that to do events. So
Leah, if I could add one thing, I've had the real pleasure of doing some of these dinners, and they're not only a lot of fun, but the engagement with the consumers there, the demographics of individuals that are attending these dinners are fantastic for direct consumer sales. And that's one of the things that really struck me when I was attending the dinners. Not only how much fun it was, you had a fantastic, dedicated, and captive audience, but the amount of the demographics of the individuals there, their enthusiasm for wine, and their ability to continue purchases beyond the dinner.
That's an excellent point, Mike. Thank you for bringing that up, because it is obviously an opportunity for you to expand your brand and to reach customer base. So you would get seats at the dinners. You have the opportunity to present the wine, and even to pair with the chef beforehand and talk through it while people are dining, and talk to the customers one-on-one. The most engaged ones I've seen is when the winemaker goes table to table and really kind of answers questions and explains about the pairing a little bit more. And those are just a win-win-win really for the attendee as well, to get that enriching experience from a winemaker perspective or from a dinner perspective. And I should say they are resuming this fall, 2021. The team is always pitching and making sure, they're asking when we can start to do these again. So thank you, Veronica and Kendra, for doing that. I know we are all eager to do it, and we're hopeful that the fall will be busy. I think it's going to open up a floodgate, which is fine. We'll handle it all. So a couple of program updates for this year. Sorry, going back really quickly, another component of another standard component of the Visa partnership is Taste of Sonoma. They have been our presenting sponsor for Taste of Sonoma. I didn't put it in there because we haven't had an in-person Taste of Sonoma, but we have had a virtual one, and we do look forward to talking about how Visa can be engaged in our 2022 in-person Taste of Sonoma, which, if you don't know yet, is scheduled for KJ. We actually announced that before shelter in place in 2020. So we pushed it 2 years into 2022, which will actually be at the end of June, and moved up from that Labor Day weekend. So kind of a hot take, which hasn't been publicly announced, but you can look forward to that, and all the incredible activations that Visa usually has for Taste of Sonoma. For 2021, we have been offering virtual experiences to Visa clients around the country. This has been pitched for months now, things like at home wine box deliveries, virtual tastings, and cooking and wine pairings. So that's constantly being offered to winery or to corporate clients. I would imagine, my gut here is that yes, I think people are going to want to be in person, but I do think that pivoting and creating these programs that can offer wine experiences even from home is something that's not going to go away for these corporate groups. And I personally see this continuing even as things reopen. And then the newest, most exciting thing is the online promotional offer. So the 2-for-1 tasting is in person in the tasting room, but we have been working on a program to get wineries to get wines to other parts of the country with a promotional offer. So $1 ground shipping at participating wineries. Again, this is where you come in. So if they purchase 3 bottles or more, they get $1 ground shipping, and you can opt into this program, which we hope you would do. It is a standard promotional code, Visa 2021, and that code would be the same throughout all of the wineries. And this is going to be featured on visa.com. It's going to be featured on sonomawine.com/visa. And then sonomawine.com/visa is where we are putting the full list of participating wineries. And in addition to that, we're producing, so on the right here is a mock-up of these 4x6 promotional cards that we will be sending to each participating winery, so that when people come to your tasting room, you can put it in the check presenter, you can talk to them about it, and they can buy their wines with this awesome promotion from the comfort of their own home. And this would be valid essentially from now through the end of 2021. Questions on that? Because that's kind of our big rollout for this year. I've already sent some emails to folks who have expressed interest with this. We're going to do some follow-ups in these next couple of weeks. We are ramping this up as fast as possible. We're getting some creatives approved through Visa communications and legal teams. But as soon as you start telling me, and I have already received wineries that have agreed to do this, and so we're going to start updating it on the website. So the sooner you sign up, essentially, the sooner you will have visibility into the program. Oh, there's a hand raised. 1 second. Let me know. I'm sorry. Is there a max bottle limit for the shipping offer? I think that'd be up to you, up to whatever you want to do as a winery. Could we choose to only do the $1 shipping and not the buy one get one and vice versa? No. The very basic offer is no is a short answer. The very basic part of being a Visa participating winery is the 2-for-1 savings. And so the opt-in is the actual shipping promotion. I think that answers the questions up there. Is it $1 per bottle or total $1? $1 total ground shipping for 3 bottles or more. And you can opt in to do it. I think I had one winery ask if they could do it for 6 bottles or more. I think we would leave that up to you. I mean, obviously, if others are doing the $1 ground shipping, it would be more enticing, I think, for a consumer to click that versus for 6 bottles. But we can talk more in detail about how you guys want to do that as each winery. Is there a way to know that they are going to get the Visa 1 free tasting offer when they make their reservation? So that's really based on what your reservation platform can do. If you can do that, if you can put the 2-for-1 in there, that's great. Most of the redemptions are in person because you want to be able to see that they have a Visa signature card in person. So it's an in-person verification. So that's how most of these redemptions happen. All right, I'm going to move on. Keep asking questions, and if I don't answer it, we'll get to it towards the end. Participation requirements. So really easy. Again, the 2-for-1 savings is kind of a standard in order to participate in the program. We'd also love for you to offer savings on purchases made in tasting rooms. The big one is monthly tracking of the 2-for-1 redemptions, and I'm going to go into that in a little more detail on the next slide. And then we'd also love for you to promote your participation in the Visa Signature program throughout the year. And I'm going to go through what suggestions on what that could be as well. And then once you're in, we do require a 60-day wait period. Sorry, period. That was meant to say period in order to withdraw, because we do produce a marketing collateral in it, and it takes time to pull the winery, pull information out. So please allow for that. But there is no annual fee to join. There is no monetary requirement for you as a winery to have to put up in order to join this thing. It is, you just agree to do it. You put the logo on your website, you train some staff, and you start accepting Visa signature. And I would say when we look at winemaker dinners and these direct opportunities, we also look at how the wineries engage with the program year round. Are they sending the monthly tracking redemption information? Do they have the Visa logo up on their website? Are they talking about it to their customers? So the more engaged you are in the program, quite frankly, the better it is that you would get, this opportunity, because we do want wineries engaged that are going to be part of the winemaker dinner. Questions, thoughts? Monthly redemption tracking. We have made some good strides. We did make some good strides before shelter in place. We're in a good point since March right now on these monthly redemptions, but essentially all we want from you is every month, if you can tell us how many Visa signature card holders came through your winery and redeemed the 2-for-1 savings, would be really great. I mean, this is what we do. We analyze at the end of each contractual period. This is what we talk about when we talk about, how is this program working? Are we getting the visibility and the traffic that it's intended to do? So the more you participate in this, the better it is for the overall program. And we're providing an incentive as Sonoma County Vintners. So the first winery to submit their monthly tracking at the end of each month gets $100 gift card. So it's really easy. And here's the link, and I'll send this in a follow-up, but you just click this link. It looks like this page right here that says Visa Signature monthly tracking information. I should update it to 2021. And again, the first one to submit each month wins. And I would say a congratulations to our most recent winners. Amanda from Patson Hall for March, for submitting her March numbers early. Rick from Redcar for submitting his April numbers early, and then Kathleen from Inman Family Wines for submitting her May numbers early. If you have not yet gotten your gift cards, that should be on the way. So thank you for participating in monthly redemption tracking. It is hugely important for from a strategic planning perspective. And lastly, maybe not lastly, but this is about engagement. It's about promoting your participation in the Visa Signature program. We're doing all we can from our end, from SCV and from 160 and from Visa itself to promote your wineries out there and to promote the program and to promote Sonoma County. But it also works when you promote the Visa program to your customers. Add the Visa logo, Visa SCV logo lockup that you see up here that says program participant. Add that to your website. Shout out to Bricolaire, who has that on their book a tasting website. I think it's huge, and it really helps elevate the visibility of it. If it's possible to put it on your actual reservation site, please do that. Even if you can't, do it technically, but just put on there, if you have a Visa card holder, bring it to the tasting room. We'll adjust, your tasting fees right there. That would be huge. If you can put it on your tasting room menus also, that would be amazing. And if you can also train your tasting room staff to have conversations with your customers. Are you familiar with the Visa Signature program and its benefits? Especially now that we've got the dollar ground shipping promotion, you have another talking point to say, you've loved the wine, you don't live here, we can ship it to you, use this promotion to get you a good shipping deal. I know wineries are the best resource for other winery recommendations. So if they ask, where other wineries should I attend or should I go and do a tasting, say, listen, there's other wineries that participate in the Visa Signature program. Here's a list on sonomawine.com/Visa. I would encourage you to go to one of theirs. And then again, go ahead and use and give the Visa 2021 code for dollar ground shipping. I think that's going to be huge and a real asset for everybody. I'm going to stop real quick and look at some of these questions. I'm going to work backwards. Can we be promoting the Visa 2021 code over emails and social, just knowing that it would go pretty widely? That's a really great question. Kendra or Veronica, the ideal is it is for Visa card holders. It is for Visa card holders. So if you can caveat that this is for Visa card holders, then I think that it's okay. Kendra, Veronica, chime in if that's incorrect, but I think it would be great to promote the program if we do the caveat that it is for Visa Signature card holders.
Yeah, so I can go ahead and chime in, and Veronica will always keep me honest with our legal friends over on the Visa side. But Of course, we would love more eyes on this sort of promotion. We're really excited about this one. As Leah said, we need to be very upfront with cardholders that it is for Visa signature. And I think that's the biggest piece that we always want to make sure is that even when promoting it, we would love for the eyes that get to be on this offer to be Visa signature eyes. And that's our intention of doing it on site. So you guys can all have your personal connection with cardholders. And then it really feels personal and it really feels like it's for signature folks. So again, if you have proper language that really kind of lets them know that this is a signature offer only and that it is supposed to be gated for them only, then, you know, we would love to see more people getting their eyes on the offer.
Excellent. Can we get the JPEG for the Visa logo at the top of the slide? Absolutely. That'll be on my follow-up. You'll get both this one against a white backdrop as well as the one with the vineyard backdrop in it. So you can use whichever one you'd like. Do you track those who requested 2-for-1 savings versus those that are offered on site? I'm not sure I understand. To confirm, you do not have to offer the $1 shipping. You do not. It is the $1 shipping is an opt-in. Obviously, the more participation, the better. It's not a savings off of the wine per se. I understand, a shipping promotion is more desirable from a winery side, which is why we went with the ground shipping as opposed to, a blanket 10-20% off of the wine online. But the idea is to push e-commerce sales just like we've been doing 2-for-1 tastings in person and just kind of give another angle to promote your winery. I'm not sure what to do, track the request 2-for-1 versus those that are offered online. Ed, I can talk with you offline about that. Cool. I'm moving on. Resources. So in addition to myself being here, as well as Veronica and Kendra and Mike as resources for the campaign, we actually have physical resources. I recently went into our storage to uncover all of these beautifully branded items. We're going to have the $1 ground shipping promotional cards printed and sent to you, program brochures, check presenters, wine stoppers, shippers, and pourers. If you want any of this stuff, let me know. We'll make sure to get it over to you. And obviously it could be a good conversation starter. And I think it's just great to promote and have handy. Next steps. So this is all, email me. If you're an existing Visa participant winery, I have already sent out communication to you about the ground shipping. If you're a new winery, send me a note. Let me know you want to be part of the program and your intention to do the $1 ground shipping. I've already started sending emails and I'm going to do a bunch of follow-up as well. But go ahead and email me your interest either way. And then if you want some branded materials, and that's going to be the best way to get you looped into the program and get you onto the website. Okay, other questions? I think we've covered, I'm not seeing any additional questions. I think that's it. Oh, we have one. Other than the website, can you review how you are promoting $1 shipping? The website's going to be the main, and when I say the website, it's two websites. It's sonomawine.com/visa, and it's also visa.com. So cards, it's going to go, in fact, I should have maybe had it up, but there's a cards and perks site on there, and it's got other promotions out there. Essentially, anytime anyone's interested in opening up a Visa card, they look on that and they look at all the perks they have as a Visa card holder, and that's where they can find the shipping promotion. So it's essentially twofold. And then obviously our work internally through Sonoma County Vintners and through printing out the promotional cards.
And Leah, also, when we're able to start these fantastic dinners again, we'll be promoting all the program benefits and services at all those dinners as well across the country.
And I would say too that Taste of Sonoma, it is a virtual campaign this year, but Visa is the presenting sponsor for it. There is a Visa section on the Taste of Sonoma site that's going to be promoting this, and we are getting ready to launch some really beautiful Visa Sonoma County Vintner videos soon that'll be widely launched, and that will be pointing folks to the Sonoma to our website to get the shipping offer and get the 2-for-1 tasting offer. Awesome. I think those are it. Well, thank you all. Again, you know how to get a hold of us. I'm going to be putting some follow-up material together for you, the logos, the next steps, and I'll be sending that in an email. We'll also be sending this recording to our winery members. So if you need to share it with your team, you can absolutely do that. Any other parting words from the rest of our panelists here today?
Leah, I'm happy. Thanks everyone for being here. This is another fantastic asset for all of our wineries to be able to use to engage with that consumer. And again, not just here in Sonoma County, but throughout the United States and even in the world itself. Again, we're so appreciative to Visa for their support for Sonoma County, and we're surely going to do all of that we can to make sure the word gets out as well. As you said, it's maybe one of the most popular pages on our website, and we'll continue to support it through our radio shows and many other things. But we're honored and proud to be partners with Visa in this program, and looking forward to moving forward.
Yeah, I would just,
Sorry.
it's always us.
Yes.
I would just add one more thing. Visa has viewed this partnership in a really great light over the last almost a decade, if not more. So, from the Visa side, I know that they are very grateful to be in this partnership and sponsorship with Sonoma County Vintners and all of the wineries who are here listening to this call. So just wanted to send a big thank you from our partners over at Visa, and wishing you all a great rest of the summer and a great rest of the year as we continue on with the partnership.
Yeah, and then from my end, I just really wanted to say thank you all for joining us. I echo Kendra's sentiments there. We really appreciate your participation, your interest in the program. Obviously you're all what's made this program so successful. And I mean what I said. I hope to meet all of you one day in person. I'll see you at the wineries.
Yeah, she goes about every weekend.
Yeah.
It's a reconnaissance. It's great. Thank you, everybody. Have a great weekend.